Hey, what's up guys? Today I'll be doing a review of the Windy Proline Boxing Gloves, so stay tuned.
Uber up the styles like miles and shit. Like 60s funky worms with waves and perms. Just sending junkie rhythms.
Guys, so today we have these Windy Proline Boxing Gloves. We'll do the close-up, we'll weigh them, and we'll do the review. I decided to go with the black and navy blue color, 16 ounces. This is a Velcro closure only model. And it's a beautiful glove, man. These are all full genuine leather. There's nothing synthetic on here. And Windy's a pretty well-known company. They're not as popular as some of the bigger names that are marketed more like, you know, Fairtex or Yakao. But Windy's been around for quite some time now, and they do have their following. And as you can see here, they're just really beautiful looking gloves. The leather is really nice and supple on these, no imperfections. Stitching is really great. And you can see the padding on the palm side, which I'll go over here in a little bit in the review. You know, ventilated holes on the thumb and on the grip bar area. All the stitching on the side, polyester nylon liner. Both gloves are really nice. They look really symmetrical to each other. Good sized grip bars. And craftsmanship, you know, you expect nothing less from Thai brands. They usually almost always have excellent craftsmanship when it comes to both stitching, the kind of leather they use, and just the overall details of the glove. So let's put these on the scale, see how much they weigh. They're advertised as being 16 ounces. I'll put the right glove on first. So the right glove is right at 14 ounces and the left glove is right at 13.6. So they're about 2 to 2.5 ounces underweight. So keep that in mind if you're looking at getting these gloves, if weight is a big concern to you. And the left glove is about 0.4 ounces less than the right. It's not really noticeable when you pick up the glove. I can't really tell just by the feel of it. So on to the review. Hey, what's going on guys? Carlo here, and today I'll be doing a review of these Windy Proline Boxing Gloves. I decided to get mine in the black and navy blue color scheme. This is a 16 ounce glove and is a Velcro closure only model. So if you decide to get something that's lace up, you're gonna have to go with a completely different model than the Proline. Now sizing wise, you can get this between 10 to 16 ounces, and you do have 4 different color choices. You can get the black and navy blue like I have here. They also have a black and a red, all black and kind of a tan vintage color. So you have a few color choices and sizes to choose from. Now Windy is a company that's been around for quite a long time now. They're a Thai-based brand that originally started by making Muay Thai gloves. similar to Fairtex and Twins. And they really make beautiful products. Obviously, they start off with the Muay Thai gloves. They really kind of ventured more into more of some hybrid styles and as well as some classic style boxing gloves. This is more of a traditional style boxing glove with a couple of elements integrated into it from a Muay Thai glove in terms of the padding that they use on the palm side of the glove, which I'll explain here in a second. So design wise, you can see that the glove is really simple, which I like. It has kind of a simple classic look to it. You know, it doesn't have any crazy graphics on it. It's very simple in terms of just the color scheme with the offset colors with the black and the navy blue that you see here. You do have this oval Windy logo on the back of the glove, as well as this cloth patch that's stitched on the back of the Velcro strap. And you also have the, the 16 ounce and the BGP, which I believe is their model designation, that's a screen printed on the Velcro. This is a full genuine leather constructed glove that's handmade in Thailand. There's nothing synthetic on here. And it has about a medium-sized profile. It's not super compact and it's not a huge glove either. It's not a big glove like a Rev Gear Sentinel glove or those RDX Elite T1s that I did, where you feel like your hands really you're kind of swimming inside the hand compartment. And it's not super compact like Sabas Pro Series or even like the Rival Guerreros, where it's really compact and you feel like your fist is just really one piece inside there. I'd say it's kind of in between that in terms of the sizing. So the length and both the width of the glove, I would say, is about medium. So design-wise, you can see obviously the graphics on the gloves. And then when you rotate it around, the big feature here that you'll notice that they integrated is the extra amount of padding that they put into this glove. Mainly right here on the palm side, you can see it has about an extra 1/4 inch of padding right here on the palm. It's almost like a square block of padding that they added. Now that's something you typically don't see in boxing gloves. It almost reminds me of those gloves that I think Ringside or Title makes, where it's almost like a coach's glove, where you can use it for mitt work. I wouldn't say you can use these particular gloves for mitt work, because this padding isn't dense enough, but it kind of reminds me of that sort of feature that they have. But obviously the reason for this is obviously if you're using this, if you're maybe more into the mixed martial arts and not just traditional boxing, you may be catching other strikes other than punches. So it's nice that they added this extra padding here, as well as you notice that they added a little bit more padding on the inside thumb. So you can see here the thumb actually has an extra strip of padding, about a 1/4 inch of padding along the thumb area too, just to give you that extra support. And then you do have the traditional boxing style wrist support padding that goes along here. So again, I feel like this is a little bit of a hybrid glove where it's leaning more on the boxing side of things, but they integrated some Muay Thai features into the glove as well. You do have this 4-inch Velcro strap. It's full leather construction as well. And you can see the inside liner is your standard polyester nylon liner, nothing too crazy there. I do like that they use the ventilated holes both above the grip bar as well as on the inside of the thumb. And you do have a standardized grip bar that has a nice firmness to it. It doesn't feel like it collapses down on you, as well as a standardized attached thumb. Now, quality-wise, these gloves are fantastic. I've yet to find a Thai brand or a Thai-made glove that wasn't good or wasn't great in terms of quality. First off, the leather that they use here is really nice and thick. Has a really nice high quality feel to it. It doesn't feel cheap whatsoever. You can see that the actual hide itself doesn't really have any imperfections on it, no bumps or any kind of nicks or imperfections, even within the foam. Everything looks really good. The screen printing is nice and symmetrical between the two gloves. And then obviously the stitching is going to be the big thing with these gloves. As you can see here, all the stitching looks really nice and clean. The leather on the fingertips is bonded nicely to the foam. So you can see that that's done really nicely as well. Everything is nice and tight. You don't feel like there's a lot of slack with the leather. All the leather is really nicely bound to the inside foam. And again, the stitching looks fantastic throughout the entire glove. Around the piping on the cuff, it looks really good. On the actual Velcro strap, it looks fantastic. Palm side, you can see here again, looks really good on the palm side. The stitching all along looks really nice. And as well as right here on the thumb, typically this is an area where it needs some reinforcement, and you can see they do a really nice job with the thumb area where it meets the index finger too. Typically that's an area that you see a lot of stress or some cracking. And then of course the outside edges, you can see it looks really good as well. So the stitching looks really good there. On the inside liner, the liner is stitched in nicely, as well as the piping around the cuff is done really well. So really great craftsmanship, you know, and that's kind of what I've come to expect from Thai-made gloves. Now the actual comfort of the glove, when you put these gloves on, you put them in, and again, they do have a medium-sized hand compartment. You put your hand in here. But the first thought I got when I got these, when I saw this padding on the palm side, is I thought this hand compartment was going to be super narrow and feel like it's going to be like pinching against my hand. And it actually is pretty roomy inside here. It isn't, not super roomy where your hand moves around, but roomy enough to where when I have my hand wraps on and I put these gloves on, they feel really good. The thumb has really nice placement right here, even with this extra padding. That actually sits on the outside of the thumb, so I don't feel like that interferes with my finger. One thing I did notice is that the back of the thumb, where the foam is at here, will take some time to break in. It's a little bit more thickly padded right here on the back of the thumb, so you feel like it pinches down on the tip of your thumb a little bit, so you might have to go through a little bit of a break-in period there, as well as inside the fingertip compartment. It feels really good in terms of the depth of the compartment and the width of it. Again, though, they just use a lot of foam over the fingertips, so you feel like your fingers kind of get pushed down on a little bit. But over time, using this with a heavy bag and training with these and just breaking them in over time, this will definitely loosen up and it'll be a lot more form-fitting. But the overall profile of the glove, the fit and feel, the ergonomics of it feels really good. You can open and close your fist fairly okay. It does take some time to break in because of the type of leather they use. It's pretty thick and not very malleable right off the bat. So you're gonna really have to break these in to really be able to open and close your hands. But over a period of time, this will definitely loosen up and you'll be able to open and close them a lot easier. You know, the wrist support feels really good, especially with the 1/4 inch of padding that they use on both sides. On this outside right here, as well as on the thumb side, that you do have about a 1/4 inch of padding on both sides. You know, that really keeps everything locked in with this 4-inch Velcro strap. So I really like that feature. But the best thing, again, I'd say with the actual comfort of these gloves is that it doesn't feel restrictive on the inside. So I really like that. So the performance of these gloves and the protection are great as well. They do use a multi-layer foam that has latex built into this. So when you look at the actual padding of the glove, you can see it does have about a medium density to the padding itself. It offers a really good feedback and great protection. And I was able to land some really heavy shots on the heavy bag with full force. And this did an excellent job of actually absorbing pretty much all the shock of the punch. So, you know, I was really just swinging on the bag and I wasn't able to really get my knuckles to get, you know, sore or for my hand to feel any kind of discomfort whatsoever. So the multi-layer padding they use in this does a really nice job of just, you know, absorbing everything really and dispersing the shock, and you really don't feel it come through your fist. And I also like the fact that they don't use like a molded foam to where it feels like it's too stiff. So you definitely have some flexibility in the way the foam feels, and you do get some feedback from this. Although I'd say it leaned more of a protective glove that really disperses the shock. The palm side is really nice too. You know, if you're using these for sparring, again, for catching shots, or if you're into, you know, mixed martial arts or Muay Thai, you're catching elbows or knees or kicks with this. So it does a really nice job of giving you a little bit extra padding on your palm as well as on your thumb. So that is really nice to see. Now, cost-wise, these gloves are, depending on where you get it from, about $90 to $100, just depending on which website you decide to go through Windy, or through Amazon or some you know, third party. So $90 to $100, which is a really great price for a glove of this quality. I definitely think it's really comfortable. It doesn't take some time to break in, but for, you know, $90 to $100, you're not going to really find a glove with the same level of quality and the protection that you get from this glove. Just keep in mind the extra features that it does have. So I know some people aren't big fans of having a lot of padding on the palm side, so that might distract them away from getting these gloves. But if you are the person that wants that extra padding, or if you kind of do a little bit of both in terms of boxing and MMA or kickboxing, then I think this is a great glove to have that can do a little bit of everything. It's pretty versatile. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys leave them down below in the comments box. I'll put the link in the description box where you can find these Windy Proline gloves. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.